What's up, guys? Welcome back. Happy Valentine's Day. Hey. Happy Valentine's Day, guys. Welcome back to the channel. I pray that everybody's having a great time. I pray that everybody is doing well. For me, I'm enjoying. I'm so happy to be here. I'm so happy that we are spending this time together for Valentine's Day, whether you are listening to the replay of this video, this show, I should say. Welcome. I pray that everything is well, and I pray that everything is in great spirits, guys. Today, we're going to be diving in a couple of things. We're going to be learning a couple of things. And I just want to take the time out to wish each and every one of you happy Valentine's Day from the bottom of my heart. I feel so blessed and so honored to be here with you guys. So let's begin, guys. Let's begin. So I am still learning how to manage some of the things on here, but for the most part, I feel like we're doing really good, right? Okay, so let's get into it. One of the things I've realized, especially for Valentine's Day, is that people are feeling overwhelmed, right? What happens when the world expectations are loud, but God's calling is clear? Let me tell you something. I remember a couple of years ago, I was feeling a little bit of overwhelmed. I was feeling a little out of sorts, and I couldn't understand what was happening. Everything was going good in my life. I didn't really have anything that was hindering me in any way, but I really do feel like I was in misalignment when it came to what my calling truly was. Because I believe I was putting myself in a box, right? And this is something that we normally do as women. We will put ourselves in situations or find ourselves in situations that is not the healthiest, especially in our mind frame in terms of how we perceive things, how we feel about things. And you may not know it. Think about it. With all the commercials going on, with everything left and right, telling you that you should be in a relationship, especially in this season of Love Day, right? People are buying flowers. You're seeing couples walking around with their teddy bears, and everybody is exuding a type of love. But what about if you're okay with being single? What about if you're okay with being with yourself, by yourself, in a relationship with yourself, right? Because I felt like part of me at that time was in a crossroad. I was okay with being single, but yet those residues, those old feelings of being told what I should be doing because I'm a certain age, especially when you are younger, right? Even when you're older, you should be in a relationship. As a woman, you should be in a relationship. You should be following, setting yourself in a path where you are being coupled up, right? But what about being quiet? What about being quiet so you can hear the noise from within? So you can hear what is really God is trying to tell you, right? Because sometimes we find ourselves in a season. It's not about not wanting to be in a relationship, right? I am open. I am open for what the universe has for me. And I think I'm speaking for all of us, right? We're open for the true love, the true passion that God has for us. You know, when you go out looking, a lot of times you find something that doesn't smell good, right? So I wanted to take this time to dedicate this show to the women. I wanted to empower you guys and have you understand that you are exactly where you need to be. Okay. Because what happens is that a lot of times you find yourself in a crossroad, but you are not allowing yourself to just be in a state where you can just feel happy, feel loved from within. How can you be in a relationship with somebody else when you're not in a relationship with yourself, right? See, your purpose isn't something you find outside of yourself. It's something you remember from within. You're reminded from within. You remember who you were before you ever found yourself in any relationship. We get lost in relationships because we think that we are a whole. Now, I know the design that God has for us. He did make man and women. But I believe also that when you are in a divine order, when you find yourself in divine intervention, your other half will find you. Why? Because you are being your most authentic self. You are reclaiming who you are as a woman. You are in your essence. And that is attractive, right? That is attractive. That type of awareness, self-awareness, I should say, is something that is not easily found. It takes work. It takes a lot of work, guys. I wasn't always this sure of myself. I wasn't always in a state of confidence. And this is something that I still I work at to this day. One of the things that has helped me is my physicality, moving my body, whether it's going to the gym, whether it's going for a walk, moving my body, finding myself in a state where I can be free to be who I am. And I feel I believe when women move their bodies, something happens. Remember, our wombs, we are healers. We are the ones who house the universe within us. And we bring forth life. Whether you have children or not, this is your genetic makeup, your essence, your ability to breathe life into art is something to be celebrated, guys. And this Valentine's Day, I would like for you to take a moment to breathe into who you are, to find your purpose. Because listen, it wasn't until I got quiet with myself, it wasn't until I started realizing that, listen, no one is coming to save me. Okay. No one is coming to save you. No one is coming to save you. No one is coming to save me. The only ones that is going to be able to allow you to benefit from this life and be open to love, to be open to courage and move past fear is you. You're the only one that has that impact. Because think about it. We have, if you're lucky, you have that one or two or some close relatives that will pour into you and tell you how fantastic you are, how great you are, right? But what happens when we walk away? What happens when we are alone with ourselves? Are we still holding up that momentum? Right? Clarity doesn't come from having all the answers. It comes from asking the right questions and trusting the whispers of your soul. When you practice and sit with yourself and you practice mindfulness, something that I've been At this point, I'm preaching. At this point, I'm preaching. I'm telling you guys over and over again because it wasn't until I started this practice did I find myself. It wasn't until I found that center I was able to sit with myself because it took time. I was very uncomfortable. It's an uncomfortable feeling to sit with yourself, believe it or not. Right. And it's so funny because you was born by yourself. I mean, unless you was a twin, right? But we were born to being in these bodies. We are spiritual beings having a physical experience, guys. It's something to be celebrated. It's something to fall in love with. Being a woman is one of the most, if not the most central things that you can ever be. But yet we are taught to be ashamed. We're taught to be ashamed of who we are. We're taught to be apologetic for not following the path that was set before us. Who said that you have to be in a relationship? Who said that you have to be in love? How about you're in a relationship with yourself? The next time somebody asks you, especially when those holidays come up, and somebody asks you that question, oh, are you seeing somebody? Are you in a relationship? A lot of us, especially in our mid-age, probably came out of a relationship or a marriage, where our healing, it takes years to heal, guys. It takes years to heal. Years. When somebody is going through a divorce or lost somebody in sickness, this is not something that can be, excuse me. This is not something that can be helped. And clarity will allow you to be in a space of freedom. You free yourself. You free yourself from those dark spaces that told you were inadequate, that told you that you were not good enough. Right? And I just believe that when you take time to sit with yourself, when you take time to heal yourself, what happens? You find yourself in a state. You find yourself in a state of awareness. You find yourself in a state of love. And what happens when you find yourself in that state? You're able to acclaim a better life because you are healing. Right? And healing does not come easy. It doesn't. I wish it did, but it doesn't. Okay? And when you are purposeful in your actions, something happens because the universe, God, the creator, you start to find yourself in this beautiful dance. You become one with God. Why? Because now you start to remember who you are. You start to get down in those dark spaces because you are practicing mindfulness. You're allowing yourself to be who you were meant to be. And when you are able to find yourself, to heal yourself, to blossom into a space of love and obedience. Because now what you're doing, you are allowing yourself to be true to you. You are allowing yourself to be in a state where you can now hear what you always wanted. Because think about it, especially when you are healing from a loss or a divorce, or maybe you just started a new position, you can be in a place of mourning. Yes, you can find yourself in a place of mourning that job, mourning that relationship. And here it is. We are in Valentine's Day and everybody's telling you that you should be in love. You should be loving life. You should be hurrah, hurrah, hurrah. Well, guess what? It's okay if you don't feel like it. It's okay. It's okay if you do not find yourself in that state. It's okay, guys. And I found myself, oh my God, like, what's going on here? I found myself in a space for a very long time in confusion. I was confused. I didn't know if I should remain sad, allow myself to be sad, or should I move past my feelings and just pretend to be happy. Well, for years I did the latter. I pretended to be happy. I now this is not entirely a bad thing, because I do believe what you focus on, you become, right? So not allowing myself or not allowing yourself to be in a state of sorrow, this could be a very good thing, right? But we also have to remind ourselves that we are in these bodies and our nervous system can be disrupted. Why? Because we're not being true to ourselves. So holding space for yourself is extremely important. It is. You don't need to have it all figured out. You just need to take the next loving step. When you allow yourself this space, something great happens, right? Because now you take the pressure off. Now you allow yourself to, how can I say, let your freak flag fly. You let go of those restraints that was holding you down, telling you that you should be walking the yellow brick road with everybody else. What about if you were not designed to do so? Then what? Are you less than? Are you no longer, are you bad goods because you have the inability to follow suit? Or is it that you know in your spirit that figuring out what is best for you is vital to your life? You taking the time to figure out what God is calling for you to do in your life is crucial, guys. It's crucial. Because let's just face it, if you had it all together and if you were able to, how can I say, take care the goods on your own, you wouldn't be feeling the way you are. You wouldn't be in a space of confusion, right? We were not, we didn't create ourselves. So it's okay to ask for help. A lot of times we forget that we have our Heavenly Father. We forget that we can sit down with ourselves in space and speak. I speak to God as he's listen, okay? Sometimes it's really like, ceremony. And sometimes I'm lighting a candle, I'm doing the things. Listen, God is in everything I do. I don't believe that I'm this way for myself. And then when it comes to God, I'm just and I was brought up Catholic and, and no shade. No shade, but when I was growing up, because I did go to Saturday school, and it just was like really weird to me because like I really somewhere along the line believe, and I do believe it's because of all of the different prayers and the different this all the things that come with um the ceremonial situations. I just, in my head, developed this understanding that when I came to the altar, I had to be a certain type of way. I had to, conduct myself, and you know what good it was trying to do. It confused me because that's not how I was every day. I was not, holier than thou every day. And then what happens? You start to self-loathe. You start to feel bad about yourself. You start to question the very person that God created. It defeats the purpose. So take God in every aspect of your life, good, bad, and ugly. Okay? You think that you are a surprise to God? Do you think that you are a surprise to the creator? Right? Yeah, no, you're not. And there's something freeing about that, right? Because I don't know about you. I don't know about you guys, but anytime I do start to find myself in that thought process, I take a deep breath and I allow myself to laugh at myself and realize like, girl, okay, let's just slow it down. Okay? And it's fine. Life is about having fun. Life is about experiencing life and enjoying it. Now that I'm in my 50s, listen, guys, I am letting go with so many things. The things that used to be have a stronghold on my life, excuse me, no longer, okay? No longer are the days where I'm like, oh, I gotta cross my I's and dot my T's. And don't get me wrong, this is part of my personality. When I do something, I like to really get in. I like to give it all that I got, but I also have to understand and keep my hand on the pulse of understanding that I am a human being. I will make mistakes. I'm doing the best that I can and hold grace for myself, have grace for myself. I had to learn to do that because you get into this mindset where everything has to be perfect and there's no such thing as perfect. So now you're running into a wall, guys. Self love is supposed to be fun. At this point of your life, you should be excited. You should be in a place where you are now open to new things, right? And it wasn't until I allowed myself that space that I start to realize and love my relationship with the Creator. I didn't start to love, I started to love the relationship that I had with myself. Because how can you experience God's love in your life when you cannot even experience the love that you have for yourself? When you stop doing what you should do and start doing what you're real called, you recall, and start doing, you are free. Like, start saying to yourself, you are free. I am free. I am free to feel. I am free to experience. I am free to love. Right? And when you do this, you allow yourself the freedom to make mistakes. You allow yourself the freedom to experience life on a whole new level. And this took me years, decades to be able to truly be free to utter these words and mean it and mean it. Because when you stop doing what you should do, because who said that you have to do anything? Who says? Who said you have to? All you have to do is a couple of things. Be your race, okay? And there's only one door that we all are walking through. That's the only thing you have to do, right? But when you stop doing what you should do and you start doing what you are called to do, everything shifts. Your life changed. You start to experience life on a different level, guys. Because your personal calling for your life is your personal calling. That's something that should be celebrated. That's something that should be honored, right? I love Valentine's Day, hence the show. I love Valentine's Day because it allows me to sit with myself and check in ways that I may have not been doing. I like to romanticize my life. It's only one life. This is the body that we were blessed to be in. And I understand life is hard. We have so many things telling us to look this way, look that way. There's so many things outside that's telling you that you're not good enough. You should be you should be your biggest cheerleader. When you choose love over fear, peace over chaos, and clarity over confusion, you're choosing your higher self. Okay? Choose you, guys. Choose you. Because when you make these choices, what you are telling the universe, I matter. I'm grateful. I love you. Thank you. Thank you for waking me up this morning. Thank you. Thank you for allowing me to see. Thank you. Thank you for my voice. Thank you for my body. Thank you for all the good things that I have in my life. Thank you for all the things that I was able to overcome and still have a smile on my face. Guys, are you kidding me? Are you kidding me? No, 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 no. In this beautiful Valentine's Day, what I would like us to do is for us to hold space for ourselves, hold space for our loved ones, hold space for the people who are not able or wasn't able to wake up today, because that's a real thing. That is a true thing. Right now, as we speak, somebody has a different story. A lot of times we are so bowed down into the things that is happening in our lives that we forget that there's a whole world out there and people are suffering. And this is not something to bring a Debbie Downer, but this is something to uplift you, right? Because I believe putting a smile on your face helps put a smile on other people's faces. When I used to work a physical job, every morning, I would always say good morning. I didn't wait for people to say good morning to me, but I would just be like, good morning, because I'm speaking to them and I'm speaking to me. Good morning. I made it there safe and sound. Good morning, right? Good day. Because when you allow yourself to be in that energy, what you do, you are showing God that I am still hearing your voice. I am fighting the good fight, God. God, I know what your promise in my life is. I know that you chose me. I know that I'm here. And yes, I may not have all the answers. Yes, I may be angry. Yes, I may not be happy for the things that I am experiencing right now. But you know what? I give joy. I give thanks. I am here. Good day. It's a great day to be alive. And when you come from this particular mindset, something happens. Like I can't count on, I don't have enough fingers to tell you when I would psych myself out. And yes, psych myself out and make myself experience something that I was not experiencing at that time when every single thing was showing me otherwise. I would stand firm and I would say, this is not it. This is not it. I would literally start laughing like, this is not it. This is not it. Not this one. Return to sender. Return to sender. This is not it. I'm too cute for that. This is not it. What? That's the type of audacity I'm asking you guys to have. And when you come from this space, God is like, that's what I'm talking about. Yes, that wasn't it. That's not what I had for your life. That's not what I said. My word stands firm. None of this that you are experiencing is mirroring what I said for your life. Good for you. And what happens? Something deep inside of you guys start to erupt. Something inside of you start to well up like an ocean of glory, guys, that I am speaking of. But this can only be experienced if you choose to love. If you choose to allow yourself to experience life on a whole new level. Right? Because when you do this, right, you allow God to hear you. You allow God to see you. Now, he sees you anyway. He does. He sees you anyway. Because when you choose love over fear, peace over chaos, you allow yourself to receive joy on a whole new level, guys. You deserve it. You deserve a fruitful, blessed life. You do. And why shouldn't you? Why shouldn't you be experiencing life on a whole new level? Why shouldn't you too be in love? Why shouldn't you find the love of your life? Why shouldn't you experience life on the level that you were created to experience it on? Why shouldn't you? You're no different. You're no different from anybody else. You're a person just like anybody else. You have the same things that kings and queens had. You have a pair of eyes. You have a heart. You have lungs. You have a body. Why shouldn't you? And the only way I truly believe that we will find, or our loved ones will find us, right? Because, I still believe in love. I still believe in love. I still believe in the romance that love brings when two people come together. I do. I know we live in a world that says so many different things, but I'm not here for that. I'm here for what God said. Excuse me. I'm here for what the Creator said that He has for me. That's it. So it's not about how long it takes. It's not about like, oh, when. And I know sometimes we do get weary, right? Sometimes it's like, oh God, like when is this going to happen? Is this it? Was that the one? And that's it? Is the door shut? But no, that's not what God said. See, we're the one making up our own dialogues. A lot of times and this is why it's imperative for you to be on 100 when it comes to the things that you consume. I kid you not. When it comes to the things that you watch, you listen to, even down to the music, guys. Like, what song was that? I was listening to oh my God. I don't remember the title of the song, but I remember I was putting on my makeup because the beat, see, the thing is, okay, this is what gets you caught up, right? Because the beat the beat will hit, right? The beat was hitting. I was putting on my makeup. I was jamming to the beat, and I've been known to love the beat more than actual like the lyrics, and I think that happens on purpose, right? So we'll find ourselves loving a beat, going to the beat and not paying attention to the words, honey. And you are speaking this over your life. So I'm over here dancing to the beat. I'm dancing to the beat. I'm having a good time. I'm allowing myself to just chill. I was putting on my makeup. I had my tea. I just was feeling the vibes, right? And next thing I know, when it came to the sound and the music, and I'm dancing, I'm having a good time, I'm playing, I'm putting on my makeup, I'm drinking my tea, and then next thing you know, I started listening to the words. I was like, wait a minute. That's not what I wanted. That's not what I wanted. That's not what I wanted. I did I was speaking, I was so caught up in the words that I didn't realize that the lyrics was basically forfeiting love. It basically was saying that was it. And I was like, wait, no, that's not what I want. I'm not in alignment with that. So I had to sound off of that. The beat was hot though. The beat was hot. But I had to sign off because I wasn't in alignment with the words that was being said, and I didn't want my energy to continue bringing forth that negative vibe over my life. And this is why I'm saying you have to be it's imperative. I'm telling you, the next time, and I'm sure you know what I'm talking about. The next time you find yourself grooving and shaking to some lyrics, honey, be sure to take heed of those words because words are powerful. Remember, in the beginning, there was what? The word of God. Okay. So the tongue is powerful. Death and life is it comes from the tongue. So you are in alignment with certain things and not paying attention will have your life in shambles. And this is why practicing mindfulness is extremely imperative. It's important for you to allow yourself the space to think. Okay? Allow yourself the space to think. Allow yourself the space to align with what God has for you. It's not that hard. We are the one who are making it complicated because the gift that God has given us, which is free will, we are the ones who are crafting ourselves to I don't even want to say. Another thing, being mindful of the things that we eat. Okay. When you allow yourself to hydrate yourself, something I'm always working on, guys, drinking more water, eating fruits, especially as you get older, I know certain people have certain allergies, but being really conscious of how you hydrate your body. We want our skin to be as supple as possible. I don't feel that makeup looks good on skin that is not healthy. I can always see the difference when I give myself like a facial and I've been drinking water, I've been doing the things. And then when I apply makeup, I'm like, oh, girl. Whereas if I haven't been doing the things and I'm like, oh, little gray area there. Because as we get older, collagen, all the things are starting to, let's just face it, change. It's not the way it used to be, but that's okay. That's okay. Look at it as a challenge instead of looking at it as like, oh, I'm getting older. I don't look like how I did when I was younger. My skin was this, my skin was that. How about now it's even more important for you to put the focus on you? And I understand, we have careers, we have families that are counting on us. We are in a space where our parents now are getting older and they need us a little more, right? And that's scary of its own. I understand. I'm also experiencing those things. This is even why this is even more so, I should say, that it's important for me to practice mindfulness, to sit down with myself and allow myself those moments to reconnect with my body, my spirit, and my mind. Reassuring myself and letting myself understand that it's a safe space. I'm in a safe space. You are in a safe space, which will allow you to receive what is the next best step for your life. Because it's really hard for you to be able to experience any type of love if you are always in fear. If you are always in fight or flight, how can you even come from a place of love? How can you experience any type of peace if you're always in chaos? If you have all this minutia around your brain because you're not taking the time. You're not taking the time to allow yourself to experience life on a whole new level. You can't expect to be in the same state that you were in when you was in your 20s. Okay. And if you're in your 20s, girl, shout out to you. Okay. But 9 times out of 10, if you're in your 20s, practice. And if you're not in your 20s, practice some more. Right? And doing this will allow you the benefits of receiving life on a whole new level, guys. And I just want to take the time to say thank you. Thank you to each and every one of you for tuning in, for staying through the whole show and allowing ourselves to just breathe. Experiencing life is a great thing. Valentine's Day is a beautiful thing. Giving love to others is a beautiful thing. And when you allow yourself this ability to experience, to love, to share, to give compassion to others, what you are putting out in the universe is that there is bountiful of love to give. There's no such thing as lack. There's plenty enough for everybody to get around. Okay, regardless of what anybody says. Guys, take time to celebrate. It's Valentine's Day, guys. I want to say thank you. I want to say thank you for each and every one of you. Thank you guys for being here. I had so much fun. It meant the world to me to spend this Valentine's Day with you guys. And to all my new subscribers, thank you for joining this family. We are growing. There's so many things that I have prepared for you guys. So definitely stay tuned, guys. Stay blessed, stay in peace, and stay empowered. Peace.